It is now 6 o'clock. I'm Alex Michelson, and we are following breaking news. This is now a pursuit. It had been a standoff situation on the 710 freeway. This person was wanted for possible kidnapping. There was a pursuit. Then there was a standoff situation, and it looks like there's now a pursuit, but it looks like literally the wheel may be coming off. You look at the front left wheel, doesn't seem to be working all that well. This driver now moving onto the side of the freeway, and are we going to have a standoff situation again? So the standoff situation, which we were following and updated, I don't know, 20 minutes ago, had shut down part of the 710 freeway during rush hour. They basically were stuck on an on-ramp at Alondra, and now is the driver getting out? Opens the door, thinks about getting out. Is this driver going to start driving again? So we don't know. When it says possible kidnapping suspect, is it possible that there is somebody inside that van that may have been kidnapped? We don't know if this suspect may have taken somebody by force or could be armed. We also don't know, okay, now they're out, leaving the van behind and going to make a run for it on the freeway in the middle of rush hour traffic. So where is this person going? It looked like that van was like basically not working anymore. So where do they think they're going? So now basically taking a gingerly jog on the side of the freeway. We wonder, where is law enforcement? We saw so much of it behind this suspect a short time ago. Now this guy basically just walking along the road. You wonder what must be going through his mind, what must be going through the mind of the folks that are on the freeway in the middle of rush hour traffic, sort of bumper to bumper right now at 6 o'clock, and this guy just going for a stroll. So where are the black and whites to potentially bring this guy into custody? This is a bizarre scene we are now looking at. This is on the 91 exit. Now this guy's going back the other direction, back towards the direction of the van, back towards the direction of the officers. So this is the 91 Long Beach Boulevard. This is North Long Beach. Is he going to get back into the van? Is he tired? Is this person potentially under the influence of something at this moment that is causing him to act irrationally? So this sort of weird situation where our chopper is following this possible kidnapping suspect. And the big question is, where the heck are the cops? We had just seen a bunch of cops that were behind this suspect, you know, when he drove away from them. And why are they letting him just go on a walk on the freeway? There's no officers that could get close to this person and put this guy into handcuffs as we pull out a little bit. I guess not. So could he get back into his van and continue to drive away from them? Okay, this whole thing is very, very strange. Is he now going to get back in? So he's got the key. And let's see, does the key work? Checking out the car. See, look at that front wheel. That's the problem. I mean, we played a soundbite from LeBron James in the last 15 minutes during our sports report saying that the Lakers were going to try to, you know, keep going until the wheels fall off in terms of their season, as they're now down 3-0. And literally the wheels are falling off this car. I mean, he's got a flat tire. There's nowhere that he can go. Maybe he's going to get some roadside assistance before the cops show up. I mean, what is this? So let's show some video. So here we are. This was not that long ago, maybe within the last 10 minutes. So you see those cop cars that are behind him, and the guy in the van takes off. This is earlier video in the big screen, live picture, top left, smaller box. And you can tell that this van is damaged, that you've got problems with essentially a flat tire. which is part of the reason that he may have been stopped before. Okay, so are we finally seeing? No, that's just a motorcycle. I thought that might have been a motorcycle cop. And then I think this guy determines that he can't ride any longer, so he decided to get out and look for help. It says there, Planet Tire Service Incorporated. Planet Tree Service Incorporated. I'm sorry, I'm looking at it on a small monitor, so it's hard for me to read that. I don't know if that is his business, if this is in his car, or he's an employee of that, or if you know what led to that, or what's the background on that. But this driver just continues to wait there. How weird is this whole thing? We just don't see anything. Okay, so now we've got our pal Tim Lynn on the phone, who has been a part of law enforcement pursuits for years and covered them in the media. Tim, thanks for being with us. So where the heck are the cops? What's going on here?
You know, I've been kind of watching this off and on ever since it started, and I'm not sure. I mean, the last I saw when I was checking in on it, he was stopped on that freeway on-ramp there to Londra, and it looked like a barricade, and, you know, going through the normal routine. Then I hear he takes off, and now looking again, he's sitting there with no left front tire and getting out and inspecting, and there's no police around. So I'm not really sure what is going on there. I don't have the privy to the frequency to listen to what's being said. But all I can think, if he's a kidnapped suspect, maybe they're worried that there's a victim in the van. But then again, you know, they don't want to provoke him. But, you know, looking at the replay here with him getting out and running away from the van, perfect opportunity to take him down, take him into custody, and get him away from it. But apparently they didn't do that. He was able to get back into the van. So right now there's a lot of information that needs to be obtained from the police department to figure out exactly what they're working with there and what their information is to, you know, kind of give us an idea what the suspect's idea is or what he's doing back in the van. Is there a reason they're not up trying to take him into custody?
Yeah, because if that's the concern, that there's somebody in the van, this guy did the work for him. He got out of the van, ran away from it. There wasn't a lot else around there. We don't know if they believe that he's armed or not. But, you know, is this in the guidebook? Like, what kind of police protocols would it be if they were concerned enough to have a barricade situation and shut down part of the freeway to then just leave this person?
Just going back to my prior law enforcement experience, and if they backed off and let him go, there must be something in that van that they're very concerned about, that if they pressure the suspect, something could happen. There could be a second suspect still in the van. There may be two, there may be three, that they have the information on. That, and with the one guy getting out and running, being the driver, there's an opportunity to take him down. But then again, you know, what's going to happen in the van? So you have to go through all scenarios on this. And there is no playbook. There is no guidebook. There is no, okay, turn to page 3. This is a van stopped on the freeway with, you know, X amount of people inside. Everything is done off experience and prior incidents like this. Also, what information have they obtained on this suspect? Is it a known suspect? Is the victim inside known to the suspect? Is there a victim inside? Was the kidnap that he's being pursued for? Where is that victim? You know, there's all kinds of things that in news we do not know, but the law enforcement are working with that information. So I don't really want to second guess what they're doing because they're the experts on the scene with all the information. But it is very strange. And once again, we have another pursuit here that just goes completely out of the norm. And that's what is so difficult for police officers to deal with is nothing's normal, nothing's standard. You assume nothing. So right now they're flexing with what this suspect is doing. Now that he's back in the van, sitting there, my thought would be they'll start shutting down the freeway again and start surrounding the van. But here it is starting to move again.
Okay, so here we go.
He gets on that down wheel.
So, Tim, I know you may be a second or two delayed, but now the suspect is continuing to drive on the wheel that, you know, is basically a flat tire on the left. It looks like there's some damage in that front left as well. He's going to test this, but I don't know how far he's going to be able to go with that vehicle.
No. Yeah, that's the thing. He's going to have very poor maneuverability with that vehicle. I'm not sure if this Chevy van is front-wheel drive or not, but yeah, he's not going to be able to get too far with that front tire down like that. Eventually, that rim will grind down to nothing, and he'll just be pushing it along. But looks like he's not going to be moving much more here. But you know, right now, I'd sure love to be a fly on the wall in the watch commander's office trying to figure this thing out. They may have their special weapons team en route to be able to use their barricade trucks, the Bearcat trucks, or the whatever brand they use to go in and to block this car in if they can do it that way. But my concern right now, just coming into this fresh and having zero information from the police department, there's got to be something in that van that they're concerned about, because if not, this would be just a standard pursuit, not letting him move. Get up there, block him in if you have to with the Bearcats, because they've had enough time to get him there. So right now, I would expect to see in the back that they're going to start shutting down the freeway again to be able to handle the situation. They're just not going to let him sit there.